Anthropologists used to say that humans, one of the things that separated humans from animals was that we were tool users. However, that has long since been dispelled because there are many animals that are tool users. Ravens and crows, for instance, are fellow primates, and even octopus are known to use tools. There are many examples of other species of animals other than humans and primates using tools in nature, especially when it comes to getting food. Animals can be very, very clever. Crows and other corvids have been known to even adapt tools to size in order to achieve a goal of getting a treat. These animals are brilliant. However, humankind has taken tool use to a whole different level. In fact, the use of tools arguably is the reason we have managed to survive and thrive and maybe even destroy our planet in the predicament that we're in now. But we were meant to use tools. We were meant to use weapons to protect us from the ages long past when we first used a stick to help fight off wild animals, to when we sharpened rocks to put on the end of that stick, and then when we learned how to project them through the air. Honestly, tool use and a clever brain is the only thing that allowed us to thrive when we were surrounded by mammals that were much stronger, much more powerful. We are actually one of the weakest land animals on the planet, and yet we thrive. But it baffles the mind to think of all the martial artists who are against the use of weapons, who think that using a weapon in a fight is a dirty thing to do. If you are training to be in a fair fight with another person, that is a sport. However, if you're training for self-defense, never train to be fair. Train to be dirty, train to be deceitful, and train to be in the position of advantage if you can be. There is a good chance that if you are dealing with a criminal attack, you won't even know it is happening until it is brought upon you. So you need to have some good empty hand skills, but if you can get a weapon to bear in a life or death altercation, you should use a weapon. If you live in a place where that could be a firearm, hey, all the power to you. But unfortunately, I do not. So I have to train with a variety of different weapons in order to be able to improvise something if I have to, if I find myself in the very worst situation. This is where I have to state the most obvious things that you should know. If you can run, run. If you can escape, escape. If your awareness allows you to see the problem happening before it happens, don't go into that situation. This is just common sense. I hate having to repeat it every time. But unfortunately, we live in a world where common sense has flown out the window and doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon. The main reason I love training with a variety of different kinds of weapons, different weights of weapons, and different types of weapons is that you never know what you're going to find to improvise if you don't carry a weapon. And if you live in a Commonwealth country, like I do, it is highly unlikely that you are allowed to carry a weapon for self-defense. That could be considered here as carrying something dangerous to the public peace. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to live in the Wild West. And honestly, I don't want to live in a country where mass shootings are just a price of freedom. I may not like the way my laws are written around weapons as a person who believes in the right to self-defense, but I accept them as a necessary thing to govern our country, to govern people. Now, there are a shitload of people who want the benefits of having a country with a government, a legal system, but do not like it when they are themselves are being governed. And that is such a hypocritical thing. It just boggles my mind. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the point of the video. If you train in the use of multiple types of weapons, you are better able to improvise from your environment. And understand that there are many innocuous things that you can carry that can be improvised as a weapon. Just don't say or don't carry them for that purpose. Carry them for the purpose of which they are made for. Flashlights are made to illuminate things. Knives are made to cut things. Pens are made for writing. Walking sticks are ambulatory aids, and yet all of these things can be used as improvised weapons. Your intent would have to be proven. Now, I may have a hard time arguing my intent after making videos like this, but that is the price I pay for wanting to share this knowledge and share these concepts to other people. But there is one very important thing you must understand. I would never use a weapon in a situation that I didn't feel warranted it. If I thought I could deal with the situation with my empty hands alone, that's how I would deal with the situation. My use of force has to be the proper use of force to the situation that's at hand. This is very important. You need to be able to adapt your use of force to what is going on. Most legal systems have a little caveat in there about self-defense that says it must be reasonable to the situation. That's how it's written up in Canadian law. And other parts of the world have similar laws. So remember, being a tool user comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of training, and you can't just depend on the tool, or you could find yourself in a very expensive legal problem. Thank you.